It's such a great time to be alive. Inflation coming in lower than expected. Market is responding positive, and the forecast of rate cuts is there. But most important, the forecast of the ending of QT is there now as well, while altcoin prices are at their lowest. So it's almost like the market is saying, here you have a discount, it will be higher soon. Do with it whatever you want. So let's do with it whatever we want, man. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into the content. Now, there are a couple charts that I think are interesting to take a look at. And one that stands out to me, by the way, are altcoins against Ethereum. But we'll get back to that. So the CPI, let me get to the cheat sheet. The CPI was estimated at 2.9 and it came in at 2.8%, which is good for the market, right? Bitcoin is not having a all breakout to 100K, but it's like not that spectacular. But we do see that Bitcoin immediately responds quite well to that news. Now, this is, of course, good to have a little confirmed, like, hey, there is a good chance that this won't end up, for now at least, being a recession, a big recession or whatever, because that's also what people are scared of. And now the question remains, like, when pump, right? When real pump. Look, what I already feel like what's going on in the market right now is the market was already pumping, right? Bitcoin went from $15,000 to $109,000. Bitcoin almost did a 8x this cycle so far. So it was already doing well. And altcoins, they like not yet really, but again, it's not weird considering the fact that we have been in QT this whole time. We have never had an alt season while being in QT. While the altcoin market on its dollar pair will show you that even during QT, it can pump ridiculously hard. I made some insane gains this market so far, and a lot of people, including maybe you, did as well, while we are in QT the whole time. So if you feel like this is bad, it already did fantastic during the worst conditions for altcoins, basically. And the Fed kind of said, like, that's about to change. That is going to change, right? So that makes the buy right now so freaking obvious, right? The only thing that's holding alt season back is going to stop. And we have low prices. Like, how is this not an opportunity, guys? It is crazy, if you ask me. So, about alts here. So far, trading this range is golden, right? If you bought, like, I shared it on the channel a couple times. We bought quite early, took good profits here, bought the exact wick. I don't know how far that was luck. Sold the top, and now 2 days ago I said, like, hey, I am buying again. And so far these are the lows, but we are still pretty close to it, and we can go lower. And the reason why I'm personally so chill in this market is because I always have cash on the side. And I think that where most people went wrong in this market is by watching everybody getting euphoric, following these calls that Murat did, for example, right? Saying that meme coins will go to 100 billion. And what happened? They crashed 95%, right? If you bought during that euphoria, you are now down so hard. Yeah, then it's easy to blame the market or somebody else or whatever. While in fact, hey, it was just the wrong coin and the wrong time that the buy button got pressed. And hey, whoever bought these coins, they made the mistake, right? But that's lesson money. That doesn't. It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing, right? But this market so far has been very good, actually, right? Very good. What do we mean by that? You could have wrote fantastic profits on the lowest risk coin out there, right? At first. And if you do wanted to play the altcoin market, if you had somewhat of a decent timing, you could have made a lot of money, right? It's simply key buying at these big lows, selling at these big highs. We are now sitting at such a big low, right? I know that a lot of people might be on the water and now feel like it's bad. It's still a big low. This is where you buy, right? Again, if you didn't buy it here as well, because whatever, it's fine, but you had nothing when it comes to rewards up here, right? Same goes now. Can it go lower? Yeah, of course it could, but it could also not. And again, if we are here, you will feel like, fuck, I wish I bought there. If you have no dry powder right now, I would feel like sit it out. Just sit it out. Again, the Fed said basically like, hey, QT is going to stop somewhat around mid 2025. A lot of people are now talking about, well, maybe in March, right? We have a Fed meeting, FOMC meeting on the 19th. People feel like, man, maybe QT will stop. But yeah, inflation just came in lower. So I don't know how much reason the Fed has. But then again, Trump is fucking everything up. He's breaking everything with his tariffs and yeah, the stock market is responding bad. It's for people, they might feel like, why is crypto going down? Crypto is different. Crypto is bad. It's not because of crypto. Crypto is doing fine. Crypto is, a matter of fact, doing fantastic, actually. Bitcoin is sitting above 80K right now. It went above 100, right? What are we talking about? There were coins doing 50x's, 100x's, and not even the dangerous meme coins, right? A lot of coins did fantastic. Crypto is doing fine. However, the stock market is now going down. But that's great, right? We know that the macro economy won't break, right? The worst thing that could happen is also the best thing. It will break in the short term, will go down a lot, and then the Fed finally has a reason to pivot, and we will get that big uptrend. So nothing worrying. Like, can the S&P go down more and drag crypto with it? Sure, right? Do you honestly think to yourself, though, do you care what happens to your portfolio in a month from now? If in a couple months from now it will be higher than what it is today, then the only thing that happens in the meantime, it's giving you an opportunity. You can take it, you cannot take it. In a couple months, it doesn't matter, right? So it will be fine. Like I said, they announced, hinted, but it was pretty much of an announcement actually, that QT is going to stop mid 2025. What do they mean? In June, probably, maybe something like that. Could be this month. I don't know. April, May, it's all possible. But what we do know is that if we look at the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair, so alt season, right? If we look at alt season right here, we are now not in alt season. Fair enough. But then again, let's overlay the Fed balance sheet, right? We are now in QT. Again, they said for the fifth time, this will stop. Cool. Here, we were not in QT, right? We were not going down. The balance sheet was going sideways. What happened in the meantime? Biggest alt season we will ever have. Here we were in QT. Alt season stopped right away. When QT ended, alt season began right away. Coincidence, right? I don't know. When QE started, alt season, right? Again, when QT began, alt season canceled. If it's that correlated, which it is so far, and they're saying that this will finally end halfway this year, then we can finally expect altcoins to outperform. And that's going to be crazy because they're going to outperform not a 3 up to 20K Bitcoin, right? They are not going to outperform a 20 to 60K Bitcoin. They are now outperforming an 80 up to whatever it might be, K Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I want to be there. I want to be there. Now, again, what in my opinion is the biggest advice, not financially, that I can give you is this. And I'm also, if you are in the Alpha Factory, there's a link down below. You can do one-on-one calls with me to go over your portfolio a little bit, not like NFA, right? But just an extra set of opinions, eyes, whatever. And the biggest thing that I say always right there, and I can tell that to you guys as well, is what is your goal, right? X-wise. So want to get back to your X or not? No, want to make 5X, want to make a 10X, want to make a 20X, right? My goal for me personally is 5X. Fine. Everything above is extra, but 5X and I'll be good, right? So I am not buying all these insane high risk coins right now, right? We can take a look, of course, at coins that can do a like the decimated or whatever. I had it in my portfolio before, right? Small cap gaming on Solana, right? This is either gonna die hard or do maybe a 50x or so. I like that, but I'm not buying that, right? Why? Because it can offer maybe a 50x, it has a bigger chance to die, right? So why would I take more risk for reward that I don't need in the first place? Therefore, I am looking at coins right now that can offer me a 5x, maybe a little bit more, something like that. So therefore, I don't have to take too much risk at this moment. Right? And that's what Alex Becker said as well. And I think he's fucking stealing all this shit from me together with Ellie. Or I always see them talking about the same stuff and day after I talk about it, right? But I'm not talking about your Cardano wife, so it's apparently not funny enough. No, but like what he said as well is you can simply buy the high caps right now and make the same returns as you had to go into the low caps for a couple months ago. That's simply what it is. If you wanted a couple of months ago to make a 5, 10x, you had to look at the high risk coins, right? Because the market was already high. And weird enough, people here said like, oh yeah, 5x easy. And now it's hard, right? Now it's actually easier because the prices are lower. So we have more upside. But here we had to look at risky shit for 5x, for 10x. Now we can look at a fucking AVAX, right? Something like that. Now we can look at what I have in my watch list right here. A AIOZ, a Traded Joe, right? Which is already higher risk, by the way. Higher reward in my opinion as well. But a Beam, Super, Chainlink, Seedify, Render, AVAX, all these kind of things. All, and I don't want to exaggerate, but easy peasy 5x's at least. Easy, right? Why? Because most of these coins that just have to do a 5x to get back to their alt-season high while we were in Fed QT, right? And when that's going to turn around. But that's very hard to believe if you watch the market go down and the sentiment is bad and your portfolio is red and you cannot imagine making 5x's, right? While it's now way more easy and realistic than months ago, right? Fundamentally, these altcoins are not worse or whatever. The prices are lower, period. It's the fucking definition of a discount. Don't make it more complicated than that. It's a discount, right? If you can buy the exact same cars, exactly cloned. One costs you 100K, the other costs you 5K. Why in the hell would you go with the 100K car? Because you feel like expensive is better? Then you are the one that rather buys crypto at these stops, right? And that's fine. I need you. Then again, I don't want you in my community. I want us to buy low. Right now, what chart stood out to me right now is altcoins on their Ethereum pair. Altcoins on their Ethereum pair are mooning right now. What does it mean? It means that the top 125, excluding the top 10, is outperforming Ethereum at this moment collectively. Is it because Ethereum is dead again? No, it's not because Ethereum is dead again. It's because it's just a stage of the market where altcoins occasionally outperform Ethereum. We have seen that once, two, three, four, five times at least in the last 5 years, right? And now we're going to be number 6, right? But Ethereum wasn't dead here. Right, so what this basically shows is that overall, Ethereum is a great buy, especially if you buy it with certain altcoins. Right? And for me, that's so beautiful about this. I need a 5x again. If I look at Ethereum sitting at 2K, I feel like, yeah, that's becoming pretty realistic to do with just Ethereum, right? Altcoins on the Ethereum pair are really high, meaning Ethereum is really cheap against altcoins. Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair is really low, meaning it's really cheap against Bitcoin. Ethereum on the dollar pair is really low, meaning Ethereum is really cheap, right? Ethereum is cheap in any way. And for the people that feel like, yeah, but that's simply because Ethereum is dead, blah, 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 blah. It's not true. It's simply not true. If you, wrong chart, if you look at the last bear market for Ethereum, look, it's very simple. This is the only thing I need to say about it, right? Ethereum went down with 94%. 94, right? It's safe to say that Ethereum was everything but that, right? Now, Ethereum from the peak is down with 60%. Look, if Ethereum wasn't dead with 94%, then with 60%, it also isn't dead, right? A lower price doesn't mean that a project is dead. Otherwise, nobody would have had bought Solana at $8. Look what it did. All right, so try to not get too emotional when something is down. Thinking like, otherwise you will never get something great, right? Either the price is high and it's a great price, but yeah, you're buying it high, or it's low, but you don't want to buy it because it's dead. Yeah, then what do you want, right? Then there's no way of winning. So if it would have been down 94% right now, just for your perspective, then Ethereum would be $300, right? And it still would not be dead price-wise. $300. So could Ethereum go lower? Yeah, of course. I mean, it is going, it's falling off of a cliff right now, right? So what if Ethereum goes down to like $1,200 or something like that, right? That will be kind of the lower regression band for Ethereum. That's another 30-40% down. Yeah, I mean, great, right? In the meantime, there's pain, but it's fine. Like Ben Cowan said, in order for the market to rally really hard like it did last cycles, they have to pivot, right? They have to completely pivot. In order for them to pivot, something needs to break. And in order for something to break, there has to be pain first. Now there's pain. Now there are a lot of people saying like pain is bad, red is bad, going down is bad. Without all of this going down, we can never have that sick rally. So if anything, this is a gift from heaven. It takes a lot of patience. And for the people who are new or maybe didn't really learn last cycle and got too excited at the tops, please see it as lesson money, man. See it as lesson money. You will be fine the next time. Next time, there will be new people again, and you will be one of the OGs, and you will outperform them. It's fine. It's fine. I've been here in 2017 mostly. I got wrecked as fuck, man. I was blaming the market. Stupid fucking Bitcoin. It wasn't the market's fault. I did it wrong, right? This is just an opportunity that we're getting right now. Plus, we don't need to gamble. That's better as well, right? Because if Ethereum goes to, let's say, $1,200, right? And then later in this cycle, it gets back to its bull market and it just goes to 6K, which I think is a really cautious target. Then you have a 5x with Ethereum. Why in the world would someone not buy Ethereum here, right? So that takes a lot of risk off the table as well. And then it can finally, fundamentally turn into an alt season as well, because then people feel like, hey, I'm making money with Ethereum, man. Altcoins are back. Let me put it into that and that and that and that. And then the domino effect, right? And then if you made your 5x on ETH, put it into something else, right? We'll talk about it by then. There's nothing bearish about this market. I get the sentiment is bearish, but you have to realize bearish sentiment is actually a bullish thing, right? So there are people saying, of course, like, well, in that year, it didn't exactly do what it did right now, so everything is going to fucking shit. Like, yeah, that history doesn't repeat with the exact minute isn't for me necessarily the reason that everything is going to break down and the whole world is going to fucking be on fire. But then again, we need bearish people, right? We need it. And was this enough of a shakeout so far? I don't know, man. We need more bears. We need more people to say like, yeah, you see, I'm right. We're going down. And then it can finally reverse if enough people capitulate it, right? And that can take a long time. That can bring the prices down. Again, if you are prepared for this mentally, and when it comes to sitting on cash, then you are one of the few winners during the cycle. The cycle is going to be fucking nuts, right? And you might call me crazy for, again, being bullish at low prices. I think people are crazy for being bullish at high prices, right? I'm not buying here, right? Then you are in a loss. If I'm buying here, I can be in a little more loss, but overall there's more up than downside, right? So I sometimes also get comments, people try to laugh at me for being bullish right here. And I feel like, but dude, are you like, you understand how this works, right? A little bit, like buy when it's low and sell when it's high. Like, come on, man. We all know that. Now apply it. Do yourself a favor and apply it, man. Anyway, good stuff. So I'm mostly keeping my eyes on Ethereum right now. And other than that, I have some altcoins. Definitely not really high risk kind of stuff. But I want to have some good exposure. But again, Ethereum for me is at least something that I can achieve my goals with. So fine, right? Fair enough. Need no more than that. For now, guys, thanks for watching, man. Like the video if you like the video. I'm really sick. I came into the office to shoot this anyway. So if you are new, if you're like, hey, dedication and ADHD and sickness all together, it's a weird combination, but I kind of like it, then feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.